Hey, what's up, guys? Hope you're having a good weekend. I'm happy to be able to get into these videos a little bit earlier today. I've still been trying to get my schedule on track here, but feeling good about getting this one out around 8:30, probably 9 by the time this hits YouTube. But I did put out plays on the Backdoor Fantasy Sports channel earlier. If you guys want some regular plays, I put out a 6-man, broke it all down, so I'll have that attached at the end of this video. But I've got 6 demon plays, and I went absolutely YOLO for this. So you don't have to, you can adjust these and lower these because I feel good about these, but I just kept bumping them up a little bit and looking closer at Outlier. I feel like, I mean, these are YOLO plays. So I like it to be pretty hefty if I'm gonna go for it. So if you flex this one that I've got here, it is if we hit all 6, we get 1275x. 5 of 6 is 50x, and 4 of 6 is 10x. So the way I play these, I go really low with it. I just like to have a little bit of fun, so I want to share these plays with you guys too. But on these, I'm putting $3 down. So $3 on this slip. If it cashes, if it hits all 6, that's $3,800. So I know it's a long shot. I try to make sure everyone knows that these are harder to hit plays. That's why you get paid so much if they hit. And then I actually took this same play, the same slip. What I like to do is I'll go really low units, sometimes $1 or $2. In this case, I went $3. So I'll do a flex 6-man, and then I'll power the same 6-man for like a low line as well. So in this case, if you power this and it hits all 6, you're hitting $6,000 for a $3 play at 2000x. So collectively, if we hit all 6, you're getting the 1275x plus the 2000x combined. That's just something fun that I started doing last year. Let's talk about the actual plays we're going to be taking. I just wanted to set you guys up and make sure you guys understand like how I'm approaching this, and do it however you want. You could just take one of these if you want, so don't feel like you have to do everything that I'm doing. But yeah, so let's see here. I'm going off of my phone because it's kind of hard to read on my actual screen when I've got this recording set up. So we're going Tyler Warren over 64.5 receiving yards. We're going to go Sterling Shepard over 4.5 receptions. Jonathan Taylor over, I went 119.5 rushing yards. That actually pays more than the 124.5. So you got to kind of tweak these a little bit because you might think I'm going for the gold here. I'm going to crank up Jonathan Taylor in this beautiful matchup he has. It actually pays less if you go to the 124.5 than if you just take the 119.5. Prizepicks, their multiplier, you got to just play with it because sometimes taking the lower line actually gives you a higher multiplier. I shouldn't even be saying that because I don't want them to fix it, but yeah, so we got Jonathan Taylor, 119.5. That's the highest paying multiplier out of all his. Kupp, 79.5 receiving yards. Seems totally doable. Odunze in this beautiful matchup against Dallas, 6.5 receptions. And then wrapping it up with Wan'Dale Robinson. I bumped this up to 6.5 receptions, the 5.5 receptions. If you want a little bit lower multiplier and you want a little bit more security there, you could go 5.5, but we're going to break all these down. If you guys don't mind, do me a favor and like the video, drop me a comment, hype the video, whatever you want to do. But it really does go a long way. I really appreciate the support, getting in front of a larger audience. So if you want to sign up for Underdog right now, you play $5, you get 50 in bonus funds when you use code JRUSSO, or you could use code BACKDOOR, either of those. The information is down below if you're wanting to check out everything they've got going. They're running a lot of specials right now for the start of the NFL season. So I like doing streaks, which, by the way, I'm probably going to post a streak slip later tonight on this channel. So make sure you're subscribed. I'm going to put together a streak slip. If you're unfamiliar with it, it's really fun. You just start with 2 plays, and then you can cash out if the 2 hit, or you can just keep adding another play however fast you want to. So I like stacking that up and seeing if I can't get to, I mean, they'll let you go all the way up to 11 plays, and then you're kind of slowly building a YOLO. But I mean, like it's got to be tough. I think the furthest I got was like 7, and it's so tempting to just cash out right then. But I'm determined. Again, I go really low unit on those because I know I'm going to be playing it over the long haul. But yeah, that information is down below if you want to check that out. And then Chalkboard, if you haven't taken advantage of this yet, you get $20 to play on Chalkboard for free. No deposit required. Just use code BACKDOOR and they will hook you up with just $20. So yeah, some of you know, but I also run the Backdoor Fantasy Sports channel. This is my solo channel. Kind of running them both on my own now, so I'm just wanting to keep them both going. So code BACKDOOR is still how you support what I'm doing here. If you guys want a free $20, appreciate it. All right, let's start breaking these plays down. Let's start. Let's see who I have up here first. Jonathan Taylor. So this will cover the game total and the spread for Tyler Warren as well. But we got a 43.5 over under, and Indianapolis favored by 4.5 playing in Tennessee. Let's just take a peek real quick here. I'm going to refresh this because I want to check the weather in this game. I thought that we were playing in Indianapolis at first, so let me double check this. Okay, we are looking at thunderstorms, so I'm glad I didn't take, let's see, we'll go a little bit deeper here. Wait, sorry, something's going on here. Titans, Colts. There it is. Okay, so good chance of thunderstorms throughout this whole game. So I'm glad I didn't take, I was looking at Alec Pierce. I still feel comfortable with Tyler Warren because, you know, the dump offs from Daniel Jones, but this really makes me feel more confident about Jonathan Taylor. Hopefully we don't have any delays, but we can see that we do have chances of thunderstorms throughout this whole game. So keep that in mind. For me personally, that doesn't scare me off the Tyler Warren play because he is such a beast of a rookie. He's been playing so well that I think some short passes from Daniel Jones, he could absolutely turn that into some solid yards after the catch. But if you want to just skip the Tyler Warren, if the thunderstorm kind of freaks you out, I don't blame you at all, but I'm still rolling it, obviously. So yeah, Jonathan Taylor. So his regular line is at 89.5. His last game against Denver, he went for 165 yards. We'll kind of keep this one quick. He's cashed this in 4 out of his last 5 games, this demon play at 119. Last time he played Tennessee, he went for 218. That was in December, right around Christmas of last year. So they look good. If you look at this matchup here, 29th in rushing yards allowed, 150 on average so far through 2025 are what teams that are putting up against them. And Jonathan Taylor's just been like absolutely resurged. Like the Colts just look good. It's pretty exciting. Daniel Jones looks good. So yeah, specifically to running backs, so far they've averaged 121.5 rushing yards allowed. So we're feeling pretty good about it. He's been getting a ton of snaps. He had 29 rush attempts in that game last year, and it's not like a whole lot has changed. If we look at the rushing attempts, so 18 to open up the season, and then last week he had 25 rush attempts, averaged 6.6 yards a carry on 25 attempts. His longest rush was 68. I think this is got to be my favorite demon of this slip because now we've got thunderstorms potentially. I'm just very excited about this. And this was in a close game. They still ran the ball a lot. And then even in this blowout, he ran the ball a little bit less, but still 18 attempts. And then what did he average there? 3.9 yards per carry. So not as exciting against Miami, but I personally have a really good feeling about this matchup because teams have been able to just run all over Tennessee. Actually, for the Demons, I'm not even going to bother with daily grind, but this is a killer optimizer. If you guys want to check it out, you can use it to vet your plays. You can also use it to search for plays. We will, maybe if this doesn't take too long, I'll go over some bonus plays at the end there, some regular plays, but let's keep it rolling. So same game, Tyler Warren. So this is a great start for a rookie. He's been one of Daniel Jones' favorite targets, and I love that the coaching staff just put him right to work as a rookie tight end. He opened up the season with 76 yards against Miami, and then 79 yards against Denver. So we just need him to get 65. The targets have been solid though. 9 targets in week 1, 7 targets in week 2. He turned them into 7 receptions and 4 receptions, averaging 15.4 yards per reception. That'll probably be a little bit lower if we do have bad thunderstorms. But yeah, 10.9 yards per reception in week 1 and then 19.8 in week 2. Longest reception, he had a 21 yarder in week 1 and a 41 yarder in week 2. So yeah, I mean, like the matchup is a little bit tougher against Tennessee. 9th in receiving yards allowed. Teams have averaged 38.5. So I get it if you're a little bit worried about the rain and whatnot, but I still feel I still feel confident enough in it to just roll with it and hope that this weather actually helps them get some better yards after the catch. Overall, they're 20th in receiving yards allowed, so it depends on how they're scheming them up. But I'm not feeling too bad about it, to be honest with you, even with the thunderstorms. So Sterling Shepard. This play I'm excited about because we've already been able to see, if we take a look at 2025 here, he's already been trending up. And so we still have Chris Godwin out. We still have Jalen McMillan out. And we've got Emeka Egbuka is dealing with a groin injury. So he kind of was, able to practice a little bit last I checked, but you just never know with groin injuries that can get nasty. Like he could end up pulling something, during the game, and then Sterling is going to it's going to be Sterling and Mike Evans, but Mike Evans is going to be drawing all the attention. So I get it. It's the Jets. It's a little bit of a tough matchup. But I feel solid about him being able to get this done, especially if we don't have Egbuka at 100%. But yeah, he went for 3 and then 4, so we just need him to steadily keep this trend going. And with Egbuka not at 100%, I think that he could hit that 4.5 receptions, which is what I think that we got it at. Double check, yeah, 4.5 receptions. So yeah, if we look at the target share. 18% in week 1, he had 6 targets, and then 4 targets in week 2. So just 10%, but way more plays. So it kind of makes sense that his share would go down a little bit. But the efficiency was there. He went 4 for 4 in week 2 against Houston. Both of these matchups aren't easy matchups, Atlanta and Houston. So the idea that he's going against the Jets, when the team might actually need him a little bit more, he might be like one of the main guys open. I feel good about it. We just need him to get one more than he did last week. So if we're going for a demon play, I'm comfortable taking it. All right, Rome Odunze. Let's go to 2025. So we took Rome at 6.5. So he goes for 6 in week 1 against Minnesota. Overall, 4th against wide receivers, against receptions, I think in particular. And he went for 6. And then tough matchup against the Lions, 9th, and he went for 7 receptions. Now he's got this soft matchup here. Actually, let's go back real quick. Sorry, I forgot to do the over/under for you guys for that last game, but we'll do this real fast. Sterling, I'm pretty sure that's down here too. Okay, so yeah, this has got a really high over/under, this mid-window game, the Cowboys versus the Bears. I'm excited to grab, I'm probably going to make some slips just specifically for this game. It should be a fun shootout. 50.5 over/under, just a 1.5 point spread favoring the Cowboys playing in Chicago. Let's take a peek at that weather real quick, actually. Where are you at? This is set just for Tennessee. I'll take a peek at it in just a minute and let you guys know. But yeah, sorry, I'm getting all over the place here. But Vegas is expecting this to be a shootout, and both of these teams are not really playing great defense, but their offenses are pretty high powered. So we're wanting pieces of it. I took Rome Odunze in the other video on Backdoor Fantasy Sports. I took his regular receiving yards line. Now, the thing I'm excited about with Rome is essentially Ben Johnson. It seems like Rome is one of the weapons that Ben is wanting to utilize. For those of you that don't know, Ben Johnson was the offensive coordinator, play caller for the Lions for the last at least 2 years, I believe. So it was a pretty big deal when Chicago has all these weapons, and then you have an offensive mastermind, I would call him, coming over to be the head coach. So it's been fun to see Rome kind of breaking out. Big part of what they're doing, and now he's got this great matchup against Dallas. So we can see they're 17th in receptions allowed, 13 on average, And if we look at Rome's target share, it's been solid. 24% in week 1, 30% in week 2. So he had 9 targets in week 1, 11 targets in week 2. So I feel great about it. I think this is just going to be back and forth. He's the leader in target share by quite a bit, averaging collectively 29.9% overall. And then the next closest guy is at 17.9. So we just need him to get 7 catches, I believe is what I took him at. And there is, so 6.5. We just need him to hit over that. And I think there's a 5.5 if you'd rather take that, where you're still getting a little bit of a multiplier, but not like this, where you're getting that massive payday if these all hit. So real quick, Sterling Shepard, I just want to get you guys this if you're curious about what this game is projected for. Okay, so 43.5 over under. Tampa favored by 6.5. So yeah, playing in Tampa should be solid. Baker seems like he's doing okay. If you watch that last game, he was a little banged up. I was still tempted to take his rushing yards and maybe bump that up, but I think the lowest that they would go was like 24.5. And he just took enough hits that I'm kind of like, I still think he's going to run when he gets the opportunities to, especially extending plays and whatnot. The dude is just a machine, but I decided I'm gonna for this slip, I'm gonna go with something else here. So we covered Rome. Let's cover Wan'Dale Robinson, who has been playing pretty solid. We know Malik Neighbors is a beast. Wan'Dale Robinson is someone we expected to break out before. And he's been playing great ball. So I like him to get some love here against the Chiefs, which I know the Chiefs defense is scary, but their secondary actually hasn't been good this year. If we take a look here, they're ranked 25th. They average 15 receptions allowed to opposing teams so far in 2025. If we look at the history here, week 1, he had 6 receptions. Week 2, he had 8 against Dallas, who we're excited about for Rome. Not that they play the same type of role, but I'm still excited for that Rome play. It just seems nice and low. So let's take a look at the target share. So 21% for Wan'Dale in week 1, and then 23%. So he had 8 targets and 10 targets. I love this play. The target share, I mean, look at Malik Neighbors, 34.7%, but Wan'Dale at 25 on average. It's these two guys pretty much, as far as the receiving core goes. But yeah. Let's see, overall, Kansas City 14th in receptions allowed, average of 20, but specifically to wide receivers, 15 of those are to wide receivers, ranked 25th. So yeah, let's see, let's check out this Chiefs game. 44.5 point over under. Chiefs favored by 5.5, and we're playing in New York against, the Giants. So Giants get the home field advantage, and both of these teams are 0-2. So I would think it would be so fun if the Giants sent the Chiefs to 0-3 and they got their first win, because they've looked decent. They're still figuring things out, but we'll see how this goes. But I feel solid about Wan'Dale regardless in this particular matchup. Let's see, who do we have here at the end? Cooper Kupp. All right, so slow start in week 1, and then he comes out and goes for 90 receiving yards in week 2. Now, I took JSN on the Backdoor Fantasy Sports video. I was really pumped about it. He was going to be a demon play in this, in tonight's video. And then about an hour after I put out the video, I get a notification that JSN has now been downgraded to questionable with an illness. They're just telling us that he got an illness that popped up. So I wouldn't be surprised if he still plays, but that makes me more excited about Cooper Kupp. So I let everyone know. I posted a comment and pinned it on the other video about like, hey, maybe pump the brakes on JSN. He's been absolutely hot coming out of the gates. But if we look at what Kupp did last week against Pittsburgh, it was solid. And we're going against the Saints, who are just kind of, they're in rebuild. There's nothing too scary about the Saints right now. But their offense can be a little bit exciting. So 41.5 over under. And playing in Seattle favored by 7.5. The thing is, since Kellen Moore, who was the offensive coordinator for the Eagles last year, he is the new head coach of the Saints. So he's been doing all sorts of fun stuff. He's another offensive genius, I think. He was the offensive coordinator for the Cowboys before he was the head coach, or before he went to the Eagles, and now he's the head coach of the Saints. But I think he had some history with Justin Herbert back in the day, that year that Keenan Allen was just going off. That was Kellen Moore calling those plays. So I think he can keep this interesting and kind of have some fun. He doesn't have a great quarterback to work with, but he's if you're watching these games, he's kind of just doing interesting things with his scheming. So I like them to not get absolutely blown out in this. But defensively, I like Kupp. And I say that because I think it'll be competitive enough to where it's not just an absolute one-sided game. That's just my opinion. But if we take a look at Cooper Kupp here, 90 yards last week against Pittsburgh, relatively tough matchup, and 23% target share overall. Look at JSN, 44.2% on the season. But Kupp is right there, clearly the number 2, but he might get some more love tomorrow if JSN is not feeling great. So against the Steelers, he had 9 targets, turned that into 7 receptions, which absolutely solid. We remember who this guy is, it's not like he's going to be the Cooper Kupp of old, but he's a solid vet who is there. This guy was the Triple Crown winner. We can't forget that. I think he'll be absolutely competent, and I think he can get us, what's this line at? 79.5 yards. So the matchup, 12th in receiving yards allowed. Teams are averaging 127.5. So a little stingy, but if he ends up being the number 1 target tomorrow for Sam Darnold, if JSN is just good enough to play, but not feeling great, I think that he could have another repeat performance here of getting us over that 79.5 yards and maybe knocking on the door of 100 yards tomorrow. Let's see if there's anything else to take a look at. His average yards per reception were 12.9, so nothing too crazy. And then the longest reception was 17 last week, so nothing too crazy there either. So this will probably be volume if we get there. But he definitely got that last week, nine targets and efficient, 78% catch rate, 7 receptions. So I'm feeling good about it. By the way, this app that I'm on right now, Outlier, I love it. And they keep just adding really cool stuff to it. So you got your target share. You can go red zone, who's getting the red zone looks. But then they also added this new thing that I love. So receiving yards versus New Orleans. You can look at who did well in the past. So Juwan Jennings, he went for 89 yards. And then you had Ricky Pearsall in that game go for 56 yards. And then, Kendrick Bourne got a little bit of love, 32 yards. So, and then you can just kind of see the history of what specific positional, receivers were able to get done versus this defense, which I think is super helpful when you're making decisions like this. So try it out for free. There's a link below. You just sign up, and they have way more stuff that they cover than that. They've got like all sorts of plays. I just love all the statistical data that they compile and they give to you. And they actually, the user interface is great too. I like all the different color schemes and whatnot to help you identify what you're looking at. I like stuff like that. So try it out for free. You get a free access for a week. And I'll just do a couple of these. I'll show you guys the board for daily grind right now. The DFS optimizer, like I mentioned earlier. So this has been juiced for like a couple days, at least a day. This Matthew Stafford over fantasy score, 15.5. It is really low. You can see these other platforms have it all. BetMGM has it at 15.4, but you got FanDuel at 17.7 and then DraftKings at 18.9. You're getting it at 15.5 on Prizepicks. So they have it at a 54.52% odds to hit the over. They like Cam Ward to get 1 interception at least, 54.41% odds to hit the over, minus 137. They like Lamar Jackson over 7 rushing attempts. We got Garrett Wilson over 5.5 receptions. Let's look for some more overs for you guys. Jared Goff over his 17 fantasy score. They think that looks good. 53.3% odds to hit the over. Bo Nix for 1 interception. 53.29% odds to hit the over. Mark Andrews over 32.5 receiving yards. We'll see. It is lower. That's why the optimizer's liking it, 32.5. Other platforms have it up at 35.5, 37.5. So you are getting a value there. And that's how the optimizer works. Tony Pollard, over 17.5 rush attempts. They like that to go over. 53.23% odds to hit the over. And then Zach Ertz, don't forget we got Marcus Mariota starting, so it will not be Jaden Daniels, but Marcus Mariota is a solid backup, and he absolutely torched the world last time that he filled in for Jaden Daniels. He fits Cliff Kingsbury's scheme absolutely perfect, I think, for a backup. He's like the dream ideal backup. So for Cliff anyways. They like this Alvin Kamara and Kenneth Walker combo, rushing yards over 136.5. Speaking of Kenneth Walker, something you might want to look at versus New Orleans if you wanted another demon. I thought about taking Kenneth Walker because Zach Charbonnet is doubtful. He's dealing with something. So Kenneth Walker will probably get some extra love. So yeah, this combo looks pretty solid. Over 136.5, 53% odds to hit the over. They like Kamara's longest rush over 13. Christian McCaffrey rushing plus receiving yards over 108.5, 52.94% odds to hit the over. And then Quentin Johnston, over 18.5, longest reception, 52.93% odds to hit the over. I'm going to wrap it up there, guys, but I hope you're having a great weekend. Have a blessed Sunday. Appreciate you tuning into the show. And if you want, don't forget, there's already 6 picks over on the Backdoor Fantasy Sports channel for tomorrow. But yeah, don't forget to like the video, drop me a comment, and I'll try to get back to you if you have questions about plays that you're looking into. Thanks, as always. I'll catch you in the next one.